So I stopped midway my scrolling because I saw the name of Professor Jeff Erickson, and he is a computer science prof at UIUC. And I know him back from my days. He teaches algorithm, and his algo course was like one of the most demanded courses on campus. He was considered a god. So when I saw his reply, I had to stop and see what was going on. So somebody had asked this question on the internet. He had listed certain universities, Georgia Tech, UIUC, UT Austin, etc. And he was asking how difficult it is to find TA or RA these days for a master's students, non-PhD students in one of these institutes. And Professor Erickson, he's pretty active. He used to reply a lot on Quora also back in the day. So he replied to this question saying, we used to guarantee 1 year of funding or for thesis master students, but we had to stop because of budget overruns and cuts in federal research funding. PhD students get the priority. It is still possible for a master student to find funding, but don't bet on it. This is worth noting because UIUC is such a well funded school. In fact, I don't know a single student from UIUC, master students, who did not get funding or who had to pay for his education. If a professor from UIUC, and that to CS department, is saying that they had to stop funding, that is actually a big deal. So the situation of financial aid is much different in US in 2025 2026. And what is the ground reality, what is going on with funding and financial aid situation, that is what I'm going to tell you in this video today. You may not like some of these pointers, but anyways, let's hear the truth on the other side of this intro. Keep watching. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Nishtha from Scholar Strategy 24 North Star. I studied or did my master's in CS for free at UIUC. So this topic is close to my heart. And so today I'm going to share the ground reality of the financial aid situation in 2026. Before we get started on that, we need to understand how financial aid actually works in the US. So here's a quick summary. Most of the universities will fund their master's or bachelor student also, or PhD students, via two pathways. One is teaching assistantship. The second is research assistantship. Teaching assistantship is given by the department. It comes from department funding. Research assistantship is given directly by the prof. It comes from their grants, etc. So because professors get these grants in US, they are working on these research areas, projects, etc. And then they hire graduate students and they get them to work on their things, and in return they pay them stipend. So in both these cases, TA or RA, you get an hourly stipend. 100% TA-ship means that you can work maximum for 20 hours per week and you get an hourly stipend. How much is the hourly stipend? This total can vary for $20,000 to $30,000 for a year, okay, for 2 semesters. Now, the good thing is that if you're getting 100% TA or RA-ship, then university usually waives your tuition fee as well. So it gives you tuition waiver, which means that you don't have to pay the tuition fee now, plus you are getting the hourly stipend. So you're actually earning something while you are finishing off your studies. This is what I did. This works out to be a very, very good deal because now you have to spend nothing on your education. But because Trump cut down some of the fundings with NIH, which is the National Institutes of Health, and NSF grants have been cut down. So both the universities and the professors have less money to give out now. And that is why they are not giving these assistantships so easily. Now that you understand how this whole funding and financial aid situation works out in the US, let's look at some real stories that I've come across in my conversations and research about what is going on in US, and would you be able to get some financial aid in 2026 or not. The first trend we are noticing is that universities are moving away from tuition waiver in many cases. So this student went to a university in Georgia, which is generally a generous school, and you do hear students getting TA ships and RA ships in this university. But in 2025, a student told me that the university has limited the work hours to only 10 hours per week, which means it becomes a 50% TA ship now. And they are not giving tuition waiver with a 50% TA ship. So usually you get tuition waiver when you get 100% TA or RA-ship. So just by cutting the work hours, they are of course saving on the TA-ship stipend, but also avoiding giving away tuition waivers. So this seems to be becoming more of a common trend. And this is obviously a huge deal because tuition hoti hai like 25, 30, 50, 60 lakh kind of the money. So if you can get that waiver, that really saves you a lot of money. Baki jo aapko stipend milta hai, that is usually only $20,000 to $30,000 a year, so that cannot cover your full expenses as well as tuition. So getting the tuition waiver was a big deal, which is looking more difficult to get now. Second is the case I heard from Penn State University, where somebody posted that they did hear from a professor who wants to admit this student, and he has mentioned that the professor has asked to admit this student on a TA-ship with the department, but the graduate head is waiting for information from the whole faculty about TA needs for the next year before he will be admitting any new students on TAs. So professors are waiting to hear back from the departments whether how many TAs they can have, what kind of funding is available, etc. Third trend is unfunded PhD offers. Now, universities usually prefer to fund their PhDs as much as possible. That is their first priority. And only after that, if they have funding left, then they give TA-ship, GA-ship to master students. So usually you will hear that PhD students do get funding from the departments. So now we are seeing somebody posted that they have received a PhD admission offer for fall 2026 in civil engineering department in transportation major, but the offer contains no funding and it states that the tuition will be out of state. This just seems quite unfair, to be honest, because PhDs are going to spend 5 to 6 years in the university. They work on important research projects. They are assisting the professor, so they are adding to the research output of the university, and that's why they are generally considered an informal employee of the university. That's why the university wants to pay them as much as possible. So giving out unfunded PhD offers is also becoming more common in 2026. That just shows the state of funding crunch in the US universities right now. Now let's look at trends across the departments, and let's talk about humanities, which has generally been a generously funded department, right? So if you're studying history, anthropology, literature, or those kind of courses, you usually got TA-ship pretty easily. But somebody has commented that a university told him that in the Department of Anthropology, they only have enough funding to accept a single student this year, which sounds shocking, right? And somebody else has also pointed that many of the American studies programs have cut their funding severely, and they are only taking like 2 students or 3 PhD students this year because they cannot fund any more students. In fact, they are also giving clear priority to students who are specializing in certain kind of histories. So that's the sad state of humanities. If we look on STEM side, obviously we expect slightly more funding, more seats, etc. But even here, a nuclear engineering student commented that many top schools are actually admitting only 1 or 2 students in this department, which is also generally a well-funded department because it's a very research-heavy department, right? So overall, the situation is that humanities are hit the hardest, but even in STEM across the various departments, we are seeing major funding cuts. That's what we saw from UIUC Prof reply as well, that you cannot take funding for granted even in STEM courses right now. Another trend is a question mark on the multi-year funding offers. So when somebody goes for PhD, they are spending 5 to 7 years while professor and the department tries to fund them every year. Nobody can guarantee it. And funding is always renewed on a yearly basis. Now imagine somebody who started in 2025 on a funded PhD, but now the grants are drying up and it can happen that their funding is cut midway during their PhD. Now just imagine how unfair that would be to that person who started as a funded offer but is now left stranded if he cannot get any funding from the school. And actually a student reported that his advisor's NSF grant is ending in 2027, and professor has told all his students that we will see what happens at the end of the grant and whether he will be able to support all his students or not. So such question marks are looming large on the fate of PhDs especially, which brings me to my last point, that it's not all gloom and doom. You can still find funding, and as I talk to my clients, the trends we are seeing that Mostly the funding is working out usually in second semester now, instead of many first semester offers. So it can happen that you have to spend first semester and you have to pay for your education. But if you're diligent, if your people skills are good, and if you're looking in the right places, then you might be able to land something in the second semester onward as well. We did hear of funding situation at UC Berkeley, at CMU, and some other places, but yes, they are much fewer than what we have seen in previous years. So that is the funding reality. And because funding has become so competitive, it is very, very important that whatever opportunities you can get, you should be able to convert them. And this is something that I have covered in detail in the funding masterclass, and whatever tactics we have learnt there remain applicable in this market as well. So if you're worried about funding, I recommend that you take a look at that masterclass as well. I hope it will give you some more ideas of how to remain competitive for financial aid in 2026. So that was the overall situation on funding. So to summarize the key trends that we are seeing, that yes, more and more unfunded offers are coming up now, whether for masters and even for PhDs. Even when the universities are giving assistantships, they might give only 50% assistantship, which may not include the tuition waiver, especially for master students. And this funding cut is across the departments. Everybody is affected. Humanities are probably affected the most. And even if you're applying for PhD thinking that funding would be easier, that is not the case. In fact, PhDs come with additional risk of getting the funding cut in between your PhD. So those are some of the new trends that we are seeing regarding funding this year. Do you want me to cover more such videos about what's going on, more tips on funding, etc., then please do comment below and I will try to do my best. All right, I will see you guys next week with a fresh new video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.